George Michalowski with Pittsburgh Sports Now.
And I'm Jamarius Burton. Welcome to the Just Buckets podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Just Buckets. I am Jamarius Burton with PSN Sports Now, and we are welcomed with a special guest, Nike Sibande.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome on. Welcome on.
Appreciate you for having me, bro.
We'd like to kick off talking about, growing up. You grew up in Indianapolis. Tell us about, growing up, your childhood, family dynamics, everything like that.
Growing up in Indianapolis, it was definitely a very interesting place to be. I love my city. They show a lot of love and support. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting place. I grew up on the west side of Indianapolis, and always grew up, Pacers fan. Mm-hmm. Indianapolis is a real basketball state. Like, mm-hmm. Hoosier basketball, like, they love their basketball. We take pride in it, So, that's what made me want to get into basketball.
Into basketball,
yeah. Because I had a sister. My older sister played, mm-hmm. and I always used to watch her. So, Indianapolis is definitely a good place to be for sure.
So, you spoke about your older sister. I have an older sister. Was she the one that put you on basketball?
Yeah, she put me all the way on. I started off playing football my whole life, literally my whole life.
What position?
Quarterback.
Okay.
I was a QB1, and my sister, she played basketball her whole life until she got a little older. But I used to always go to her games and watch her.
Yeah.
And just sit back and watch how the game goes and kind of putting it together, learning it.
I did the same thing.
And it's just it was real interesting to me. I loved it.
What position did she play?
She was point guard.
Okay.
She was a lefty. So,
lefty?
Yeah. So it kind of made it more interesting. She could score the ball. Mm-hmm. She was point guard, get everybody involved. But that's what kind of got me interested in the sport, wanting to really take it, take into the dynamics with it.
So, speak a little bit about your family. Growing up in Indianapolis, how was your household like?
My household, I grew up with my whole life. I was with my mother. That's my eighth. That's my love.
Mm-hmm.
She always believed in me and helped me out with everything I needed. I grew up, in a poverty-stricken environment, hood. Mm-hmm. Like most other people. But my mom always put that battery in my back.
Yeah.
And just believed in me to be the one to make it out. Yeah. So. Yeah, I grew up in an interesting household. I had two older sisters and an older brother. I'm the youngest, so I got to kind of see how their life, would go. And
and then learn from their mistakes. Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, my life was definitely interesting growing up as the youngest.
So you mentioned that your sister introduced you to the game. How did that transition on to you stopping football? Mm-hmm. And then, transition into basketball. This is something that I want to do full time. This is where my heart and passion is in basketball.
So actually I used to go to this place every day. When I was my middle school, 6th and 7th, 8th grade, mm-hmm. I used to go to this gym called Municipal Gardens literally every day. Every day. I was watching her growing up. And then, I found a gym around the way. Mm-hmm. And I used to walk up to this gym 10 minutes away from my house.
Was it inside? It was inside gym?
Indoor gym.
Okay.
Yeah, real nice gym. And they used to make sure we was good, give us lunches and stuff. So I would be in there all day.
All day, yeah.
Literally the whole day. And that's kind of how I really took on basketball. I was like, mm-hmm. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Being in there every day and just hooping all day, mm-hmm. limitless, all your friends coming throughout the day, So I that's how I really kind of fell in love with the game and was like, no, this is what I want to do.
So speak about your teams, AAU teams, middle school teams that you joined. Yeah. Tell the viewers how that kind of, helped you develop your game and, helped you transition over to high school.
Mm-hmm. So my path was really different. I played on couple like different AAU teams growing up. Trying to figure out my role and figure out where I could insert myself the best in the best way. But I played for George Hill's AAU team. I played for Indy Hoosiers AAU team, which was Under Armour circuit.
Okay.
I was going to play for Indy Spiece, in the EYBL, but it was kind of too political for me.
Yeah.
And but yeah, those two teams was the ones where I really kind of took off in AAU.
So, which team was you a part of that kind of, helped, help your recruitment take off? Like, was there a certain program that you were playing under that, did a great job putting you in front of college scouts that, really got your name out there?
I would say the George Hill AAU team. When I started playing for them and my coach Mike Saunders, it was fun. Like, he had us in different tournaments playing against the best competition every weekend. It was a ball, man. Like, he believed in us. He put us in the games where the most college coaches would be, like, giving us opportunity and giving us light. So shout out to Coach Mike Saunders for giving us that light. And also Coach Mike Peterson, which was my coach for my Under Armour team. He did the same thing, man. Our team was loaded. Like, we had Chris Wilkes, Paul Scruggs, man, Jalen Attaway.
Bunch of dogs.
We had some dogs, man. That was really like that. So he put us in the best competition too, playing in front of best people, best scouts, and stuff like that. So it was a ball, man, for sure.
Sounds pretty good. So tell us a little bit about, from the AAU circuit to high school, because many people don't know you're a state champion.
Yeah.
So tell us about, your high school journey and how, you were able to get that done with your team in high school.
So early, my freshman and sophomore year was kind of like, my high school, we take pride in our basketball. I don't know how everywhere else is. So like, when I came in as a freshman, it was like I was kind of learning still, still learning, sitting back, taking in the process of how everything would,
Did you play varsity right away, or how did that?
I played JV.
Okay.
I didn't play varsity. I played JV freshman year, and I just dressed varsity.
Okay.
And then I would dress varsity, and our seniors and stuff would be playing, and I'd be on the bench just watching them. So sophomore year came, and I was getting a little burn on varsity, but I was killing in the JV.
In the JV,
going crazy,
taking
over the JV game. So we had seniors then, and I knew, like, at the time, like, okay, after they leave, it's
your time.
This is our time. Like, so my junior year, they ended up graduating. The guys that was in front of me, and it was my turn up.
Yeah.
And, me and one of my boys, Tion Scanlon, man, we was in the same grade, man, and that's my brother still to this day, like, and when they all left, they came to me and him and was like, "It's y'all time. Like, y'all gotta put that work in and really."
And what positions were y'all playing? Because in high school it's a little bit different. Like, you might play out of position sometimes.
Facts.
So in high school, how was that dynamic with you and him being that 1-2 punch?
Yeah, he was like a shooter, but he was like a guard. He could bring it up as well. He could shoot that ball. Yeah. And I was more like I was kind of bigger than a lot of people, but I was like well, I went like not bigger but taller. I was taller than a lot of people, so I played like 3, 4.
Yeah, I played the 4 too.
So yeah, I kind of was like, it was interesting, but it was like I was doing the dirty work, man. I think that year I averaged like 17-9, 17-10 my junior year. Yeah. So that next year came around, man. It was my senior year, and I'm like, man, it's that time. Yeah. Like, I'm telling bro and all our team, like, it's that time. We got to win this year. So we ended up locking in that whole year, man, and it was crazy. Like, everything, it just fell right into place. Like, we ended up winning 20 games, more than 20, and only losing like a couple games, and it was a dog fight, like, the whole year, and like especially in that state tournament run, it was.
How many games do y'all have to play, to win to win the state title in Indianapolis?
So how it goes out of Indy, you got sectionals, then you got regionals, then you got semi-state, and then state.
Okay.
So you got to go through all them, and you win. And it was like, man, it was crazy, like, because it just felt so surreal, like, how it happened, you know? Because we ended up winning state off a buzzer beater. Like,
Who hit the buzzer beater?
my boy Jamal Harris. Yeah.
What? Take me through the shot.
Man, it was our coach had just I was hot at the time. I just hit like 2 threes back to back. I'm like, I'm about to win this game. We're not losing.
Yeah.
Like we was down and I had brought us back. Me and my boy Tion brought us back in the game. Man, our coach called a timeout and drew up a play for me to come off an indirect.
Okay.
On the backside. My point guard was supposed to throw it to me off the indirect. I was ready to shoot it. Man, our point guard came off and shot it. And he missed it. It was like 3-2-1 situation. He missed it. The ball come off. Man, all I know is my boy Jamal Harris came out of nowhere, grabbed the ball.
Tip in?
And like, I'm talking about people grabbing on his arm. Like, we got to put this clip on there so they can see it.
Yeah.
They grabbing on his arm and stuff. Man, he ends up just finding a way to just like hoist it in.
Wheel it in,
bro. And it was just like the whole arena. We're in a Pacers gym.
Okay.
Bankers Life Fieldhouse, crazy atmosphere, sold out like crazy. When he did that, the whole
arena was just
stood up, screaming, like it was crazy. It was crazy, and that's how we won state. Man. It was a crazy game. It was a great experience, man. I wouldn't trade that for nothing.
Yeah, me either.
Nothing, bro.
So, how did winning that state title? When did this decision happen or come about to go to Miami, Ohio, your first school?
Decision came. I was actually about to go to IMG Academy. I was talking to their staff and everything. That's where I was about to go. And then I was still playing AAU at the time. I was still figuring it out what I wanted to do.
So did you play AAU after your senior year, like after the state title, or when?
No, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
I was playing it was like I played for like a couple weeks.
Just trying to get your recruitment?
Yeah, just trying to keep getting my recruitment up.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't satisfied with what I had.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to keep going. So I ended up playing for a couple weeks, and then Miami of Ohio, my coach Jack Owens reached out to me, and I made the decision to go there. It was an immediate decision when he called me, and I was like, this is what I want to do. I talked to my parents and my people, my team and stuff like that, and I was like, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So you spent a couple years there in Miami, Ohio. You dominated. You averaged double digits figures, and did some impressive things there. What went into the mindset of hitting the portal and looking at other options?
I really just wanted to when you at a mid-major school and you just want to play against high major.
High major, yeah.
We going and playing against high major every other game,
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to play against the best competition.
On a consistent basis,
like, that's what I'm all about. I like playing against the top, like top dogs. I don't want to play against,
Yeah, definitely.
So that was really my decision. I was just like, man, I want to go play somewhere where I could play against the top competition every night. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up putting my name in the portal, and it was crazy. A lot of different people reached out, man.
Yeah, who reached out to you that you were considering other than Pitt?
Other than Pitt, I was Alabama. I was talking to Alabama's coach. He was at University of Buffalo, so I was playing against him every year.
Makes sense.
Talking to Alabama, I was talking to Georgia, Tom Crean. He was. We was having good conversations. Who else? Kentucky was showing interest in me.
Yeah.
It was just a lot, man. It was a lot of different stuff. So my mind at the time was like just trying to figure out what would be best for me. You know what I'm saying?
So what ultimately, helped you make your decision to, come to Pitt?
Really just my family. When Coach Capel called me and talked to me, we had a real good talk, and at the time it was Corona, COVID season and stuff like that. So I actually wasn't able to take a visit.
Yeah.
Just talking to my family and stuff, I'm like, man, this is what I want to do. I want to go over there to Pittsburgh.
And is Pitt the closest school to home?
That was like
that was reaching out to you.
Not the closest. It was some other mid-major schools that reached out to me, like Ball State and other schools like that. But I'm trying to think. Pitt was probably
the closest Power
'cause it was
5.
so far, yeah,
The closest Power
like
5
ACC,
school. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Hey guys, Jamarius here. I want to thank the Scoring Factory for sponsoring the Just Buckets podcast. The Scoring Factory provides top-notch, detail-oriented training for basketball players of all ages in the Pittsburgh area. I go to Pete Strobel at the Scoring Factory to fine-tune the details of my game by focusing on the individual skills that have gotten me to this level. Come get some at the Scoring Factory.
So, you come to Pitt, you have to sit out, right?
Yep.
So, tell us about, you sitting out, and then last year you end up, getting ready to rev up for the season, looking phenomenal, in the best shape that you possibly could be in, and then you suffered an ACL injury. Talk about, the 2 years sitting out, the mental hurdles that you have to go through, the type of rehab that you have to go through, and what helped you, propel and push through and stay the course to, get yourself ready for this season.
Yeah. Man, them 2 years sitting out was definitely was a mental test. I look at it like a mental test. Just like God put his toughest battles on his toughest soldiers. So
Yeah.
I kind of went into it with that mindset. The first year I had to sit out. I wasn't granted eligibility when practically everybody in the country was granted
because
eligibility.
during the COVID,
COVID. So it was kind of frustrating. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of frustrated at everybody just for that. I just wanted to play. And it's like coming to practice and practicing hard every day and locking in with your team, and then coming to the games, you just got to sit there.
Yeah.
But it was a test, man. It was a mental test, and I took what was best from it. I took the positive from it. The 2 years sitting out, man, I learned a lot. I grew up a lot, you know what I'm saying, just by watching the game.
Yeah.
On the sideline perspective, I never really had to sit back and see the game from that point of view.
Yeah.
I was just on the floor, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it was. I kind of took the positive from it, man. I grew closer with God, a lot of different things, man. It just was a test for me, so it made me mature up a lot for sure.
And, what words of encouragement would you give to a younger guy? Because, me, I tore my ACL in high school, so I dealt with it at a very, younger age. You're a little bit grown man, mine is a little bit more advanced. What would you tell a younger guy or girl, that's experiencing an injury, and they're trying to, stay the course?
Man, I would say just don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. If you got a dream, chase your dream. No matter, it's going to be obstacles along your journey.
Yeah.
It's not going to be people think it's just going to be granted to you. You got to earn it. You know what I'm saying? So don't give up on it if you got a dream. And just, I would say if you need to talk to somebody, talk to them. I grew really close to my family and tight with a couple of friends that I had out. And our bonds over that time even got stronger. You know what I'm saying? So really just get close with your people, man, and just listen to what people got to say. Don't ever, just shy away from the world and stuff like that. Listen. Listen. That's what I would say.
So, to transition over a little bit, we're 4 games in, we're 2-3, I think. Yeah. Talk about a little bit, of the first few games, and we were able to get a big W, yesterday. Just talk about, what you've seen from the team and, how we could continue to build, moving forward.
I think we got a real interesting team, man. We got some real talented guys. But I feel like right now it's just early in the season. We're still, creating and finding our identity. Yeah. And we're just all figuring out we can still insert ourselves the best ways as possible. So I feel like it's still early. Can't nobody, don't judge us right now.
Yeah.
It's early, We're going to continue to fight, go out there every night, and still battle hard every night with anybody we play. Yeah. So I feel like I feel the same way as I felt before the season started. I feel like we're going to shock a lot of people. Yeah. I feel like at the end, we're going to shock a lot of people and make sure that we all put ourselves in the best position.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
The Just Buckets podcast is sponsored by Gussie's Bagels. Visit Gussie's at 3606 5th Ave, right in the heart of Pittsburgh's campus, for the best bagels in the burg. My favorite sandwich is the Top Gunner, which has sausage, bacon, egg, and cheese, with Gussie's special sauce on a fresh sesame bagel. Visit Gussie's for the best breakfast in town and stay tuned for Gussie's giveaways all season long on the Just Buckets podcast.
So, for you personally, you had, your best game on the career on the season yesterday against Alabama State. Talk about that game, what you were seeing out there, your change of pace, what you were able to do out there, and what that did for you on a confidence level. You sat out a year with the ACL injury. Me having experience with, suffering an injury like that and, just trying to get back there on the floor, trusting your knee again, trusting your abilities. Right. Just talk about, yesterday's game and what that did for you.
Man, it just helped me with my confidence, knowing that, I know I can do it. But it's just like getting out there and doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of my step yesterday, is just being able to be out on that floor and just get the reps back up and be able to just insert myself back into our offense and our whole defensive scheme and in our game. Yeah. It was helpful for me for sure, and I appreciate my teammates for just putting me in the best positions. You know what I'm saying, for sure. Definitely.
So before we get off, we have a sponsored, Roots Natural Kitchen. Okay. And we do a Fueled by Roots segment. So, we got a few questions to ask you, to ask how you feel up. So yesterday's game, right? Yeah. What did you do to prepare for that game? What fueled you up, in that way to go out there and have, such a great performance? You challenged somebody at the rim, you got you a dunk, we felt the energy in the arena. How did you feel up for that game?
I try to kind of stay light before the game. I don't really eat too much. I'll probably eat some fruit or, something light. I don't really try to just eat a lot. Yeah. I would say really just I did a lot of stretching and work with Vince. Shout out to Vince, man, because he's a real good strength coach, man.
What is your impressions on Vince?
Man,
how has he helped you?
He helped me a lot.
Coming back, from your injury, up until now, how has he helped you?
Man, he helped tremendously, man. Vince, man, the workouts that he do, he's come from the 76ers, so he knows, he knows what's going on. But just being able to help me gain the strength back in my leg and doing different exercises that challenges me. I'm a guy of challenge. I like to compete. Yeah. So he puts me in. He gives me workouts and stuff like that's challenging and you know what I'm saying, and fun at the same time. It's a grind. So shout out Vince, man. He really knows what he's doing, and he definitely helped me get the strength in my knee again, for sure.
Definitely. So one more question. What is your go-to music choice before a game? How are you feeling up, with the music, before the game? How are you feeling up that way?
If you know me, I bang Lil Durk.
Okay, yeah, I know. Is there a song? Is there a go-to song?
Albums.
Albums?
I just shuffle through Lil Durk, man. He got bangers, so I just listen to probably a lot of Lil Durk. But at the end of the day, I mean, not at the end of the day, but I listen to a lot of different music. I kind of listen to some chill music too. I don't know if you know a girl named Tim's. She got some good.
Is she an Indian? Where is she from?
I don't know where she's from. Okay. I don't know, but she got some good vibes, just free your mind, type of music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So kind of just unwind type music. I like listening to something like that it just take me out of where I'm at right now.
So are you listening to her and then Lil Durk, or you listen to Lil Durk then her?
Lil Durk then her.
Okay, yeah, so you get amped up and then you calm down a little bit.
Calm it down, yeah.
Okay.
And and just enjoy where you at, and just free your mind from where you at. Don't think too hard on it. You know what I'm saying? Music like that for real.
Yeah, definitely. So on the last show, we announced that we'll be doing a Roots giveaway. We're actually going to give you guys a little bit more time. So go to my Instagram, follow the 3 instructions underneath my post. That's tag 3 friends. That is follow myself, Roots Natural Kitchen, and Pittsburgh Sports Now, and also save the post. If you do those 3 things, you enter a chance to win a free wrap on our next show. So we're definitely, we're going to be giving away free wraps all year. So stay tuned. This is definitely an opportunity. If you follow those instructions to win a free wrap, We want to thank you again for coming on. You know, just a tremendous guest. You know, you gave so much insight for the youth and, you know, for players coming up that's, you know, been in positions like ourselves. So we just want to thank you again for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Thank our producer, Sydney. And, you know, thank you for coming back for another episode. This is episode 4 of the Just Buckets podcast, brought to you by Pittsburgh Sports Now. See you next time.
See y'all.